Thanks to the amazing folks over at Ameda City through the Predecessor Creators Guild, I've been given an opportunity to take a first look at Predecessor's upcoming patch, patch 1.4. This patch is absolutely massive and has some changes for every single hero in the game. It's also going to bring us our next Predecessor hero, Boris, who's going to be charging his way into Sanctuary. We got a lot to cover in this patch, so let's get to it. Lieutenant Belica is a frequently played mid-lane mage, though some people will take her into the support role. She's received a lot of changes in patch 1.4. Some are great, most are awesome. Her passive innovation has been reworked. It used to be that she gained 10% increased mana when she maxed out an ability. Now, instead, when she maxes out an ability, she's going to gain 10 ability haste. Always a benefit, because then she can get out more abilities more quickly. The next change is to her primary ability, Seismic Assault. This ability used to travel from Belica out to the end of its range. Now, though, the entire field is going to be knocked up in one moment after a slight delay when she casts this ability. So instead of traveling, it explodes within the whole entire area of effect. They've lowered the base damage a little bit, but they've also decreased the stun a little bit across all the ranks. However, the instant activation in the entire area is a lot more reliable to land that CC. The next change is to her secondary ability, Void Drone. This drone now takes damage from abilities, and it's got a kind of a complex system as far as how much damage it takes. The drone itself, health is up to 10, but it takes a set amount of damage from all different things. Hero basic attacks are going to be 2 damage. Area of effect abilities, 3 damage. Single target abilities, 4 damage. Damage over time abilities, 1 damage. Minions and monsters, when they target this, they deal 1 damage, and towers are going to deal 8 damage. So altogether, you hopefully have a little bit more uptime, a little bit more life with this drone than you did in previous patches. It's always going to drain 2% max mana when dealing damage, and now this drone will damage heroes that Belica hits with an ability. It's got a 2-second longer duration this patch than in previous patches, and the area of effect mana drain is better in the first rank, but it did see a slight decrease in the rest of the ranks. The next change is to her alternate ability, Void Bomb. This received a really interesting, but I think going to be a well-received change in that now this ability is going to have 2 bombs. So when she throws this at max range, when she gets it to max range, instead of just receiving more damage, it now has an echo bomb that explodes after the first bomb, just within a second after the initial explosion. So she'll have 2 instances of damage on an enemy rather than just the one. The last change is to her ultimate, Neural Disruptor. When she has this ability at maximum rank, killing an enemy will reset the cooldown on this ultimate. Another big change is that in previous patches, this ability was a lock-on. Belica did not have to aim it. She could simply toggle an enemy and commit the ult, and it would guaranteed hit. Now, she is going to have to aim it as it is a skill shot, but in addition to that, it's now a piercing skill shot, meaning that it can strike multiple enemies at once. Now, if it hits secondary enemies, it does slightly less damage than the first enemy struck. But again, just as a reminder, when this ability is at maximum rank, if you take one person down, your cooldown is reset. Let me know what you guys think about all the changes coming to Lieutenant Belica in patch 2.4 and whether you plan on playing her.